So this day we took a photo and I posted on Facebook. You know, I had issues with my wife. She asked me this question, I create an enmity with your friends, and then you go and become their friend. Now what do I look like?
What's up, good people? How you doing? It's your boy Maruko, and this is Maruko's George, the home of African stories. Today I'm in Kisii town, in the office of one of my friends, a young leader, an entrepreneur, an ambassador of the youth, and a musician. I let him introduce himself.
Yeah, so thank you very much and welcome, my brother Maruko is George. Of course, you've already introduced me. My name is Duke Mainga Echate, a business person, a very ambitious entrepreneur from Kisii County. I'm a father. I can also say I'm a hustler.
And you are a husband.
And I'm also a husband to of course, is it called monogamous? I think so. So karibu sana. Welcome. This is my small and humble office. Hapa ndio tuna hustle from. Karibu. Yes.
Thank you very much, sir. So I would like to have a small discussion.
Yes.
About the recent past.
Yes.
And now, how is life after?
Okay, after the campaigns for a young person.
Yes.
Okay. Actually, I've never shared with anybody this. So you are lucky, you're the first person that might be sharing with. Now, number one, yes, it is true. I have been trying life in politics. I first trained for member of parliament in the year 2017. I lost, and I got appointed to serve in the second term of His Excellency Governor James Ongwae in the county government of Kisii as the county executive committee member for youth, sports, culture and social services. And in the process, I was able to learn a lot of stuff. I was able to understand how government operations are normally conducted. I was able to understand the administrative side of leadership. And so I want to thank God for that opportunity, because I can count myself as amongst the young people who were able to get such an opportunity. I mean, I became a CIS at the age of 26. And then from there, I developed my ambitions. I developed ambitions to run for senator. That is, I think, around 2 years towards the lapse of Governor James Ongwae's term in 2022. And I began, doing 1 or 2, 3 things. You understand politics, trying to build my ground, build my network, and build my name. It was really good. It was a good experience throughout the process. And then it gets to February 2022 when I resigned. I resigned to run for Senate, for Senator Kisii County. And at around, I think, March, April, I was able to meet with His Excellency the President, the then Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, and we had a discussion. He was able to convince me to go back and run for Member of Parliament around 4 months to elections. It was kind of tall order, but I was able to take it up because I trusted him, and I think his guidance was convincing enough. So I made that discernible decision, and I ran for Member of Parliament under the UDA ticket. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to sail through.
That must have been a very good experience.
Yes.
In the campaign trail, or on the campaign trail.
Yes.
There is that photo of yours and those videos when you were standing with the fifth.
Yes.
I think that was Kenyanya.
Yes.
You were in the same vehicle.
Yes.
What were you feeling at that time? What was going through your mind? And how can you describe that experience?
I can say it was kind of exciting, and it was completely new experience. I have never felt like what I felt on that particular day, because I remember the president was coming from Bobas, and I had seen, photos of Bobasi, trending in social media. The Azimio bloggers had taken those photos. The numbers were very, very
low,
were very low in Bobasi, in Echate Stadium. And the next destination
was Kenyanya.
I had done massive mobilization, but I didn't trust myself that
the turnout could be good.
The turnout could be that massive. Now I asked my team, because I have had my guys on the ground who are doing mobilization, and I had to go the way to Nyamache to pick the president, and by then my party leader, to pick him and bring him to Kenyanya, the next destination. So I kept on calling them. Now I'm at Mugonga calling them, man, how's the vitu zikoje? Ground iko aje? Jamaa ananiambia mwishi, usiwe na woga. Mambo iko sawa? Tumepika. Ai, mko sure? So I was so tensed. Until when we were approaching Kenyanya. And I saw, the face of Dr. William Ruto now, changing. He was now becoming a happy and glary compared to what he looked like. He was so angry. He was like, what happened? Why couldn't you mobilize numbers at Bobas and the rest? So we get to Kenyanya. When he gets out of his, Lexus, the famous Lexus, when he gets out, and the numbers were, my brother, massive. The moment you see the president's communication team flying, what do you call it? Flying a drone. The moment you see them flying a drone, they know the numbers are serious. So I was standing, just when the president speaks, of course you remain within the the vehicle inside. You wait until he finishes, and then he brings you. So I kept on looking outside, and my brother Silvano Soso was like,
Mambo iko sawa.
Mambo iko sawa. Now a moment comes when the president tells people, now I'm introducing to you this young man, Echate. Many people didn't know where I was. They didn't know that I was,
inside the same vehicle.
And then now I come out, man. Wow, that was massive. It was massive. And now as we drove out, I was sitting next to now the CS for education.
The governor aspirant.
The governor aspirant Machogu, and the president was in front. And we had to hold now. Such a moment. You are the trio. 2 or 3 of you. That's the moment you get to know the people you're dealing with. I'm telling you, those are wonderful men.
And that's the moment you get to know that you are serving a living God.
Exactly, you're serving a living.
Okay, moving on swiftly.
Yes.
Now, life after politics.
Yes.
We cannot say that you have gotten out of politics completely.
Yes.
But now that was an elective process.
Yes.
Which came to an end after the ballots were cast.
Yes.
And then we know who won, who didn't win.
Yes.
Now the winner has been announced.
Yes.
You have come out here.
Yes.
What is the experience so far?
Okay.
Did you plan, or you just took a day?
All right.
Yeah.
So this is not. I'm not running for an elective position. This is not my first time. This is my second time. And I first ran for member of parliament at the age of 25. And I have been a leader before from campus politics and the rest. There are those times that I have won an election. There are those times that I have lost an election. So at least I know what it feels to be in both sides. Because the first time I ran for an elective position in campus, I lost. The second time I ran, I won. Okay, and I was brave enough to go out into now the murky political business of this country at a very, very young age. So I can say I have been hardened and I'm always prepared for any outcome. So I kind of knew that things could be difficult. Immediately I came down from Senate to Member of Parliament, because sometimes it's very difficult to convince voters for 3 months, 3-4 months
of a decision made.
3 to 4 months, to elections, when guys have been on the ground for 2-3 years, and majority of the people have decided. This is a person who knew that Echate is running for Senate, and then you come back that you're running
your mind
for Member of Parliament. So one thing I can say about myself is that I don't fear trying, right? And I love big challenges. I love going where things are difficult, because I believe in finding solutions. So I was, of course, very optimistic that with the support of my party leader, and then UDA, that I could probably make it to Parliament. But I also knew that in politics anything can happen, right?
So you were psychologically prepared for anything.
Prepared for
any outcome.
Correct. So I was prepared. After the elections, results have been announced, and man, let me say something. Family is very, very important. That day now when results were streaming in, I was in my house with my wife, my brother, my sister, my cousin, my PA, my driver, and some other 2 guys that I had hired to run up and down. So I wanted to observe the behavior, right? Results are streaming in, and we're like, no, I don't think we are doing well. So let's prepare for whatever outcome. Man, I looked around, and the people I saw around was my family. The rest of these other guys wenye tulikuwa nao nikaanza kuona wameanza kuunda vikundi hapo nje, wanaongeleshana sasa situambie mwishi atumalizie ile deni yetu, unajua nini. I was like, what? Family is very, very important. Keep your family close at any particular time. They'll stand with you in any situation, in any moment, because wewe ni wao, unaelewa? Actually, that is why you've seen even my behavior has changed nowadays. I'm more concerned with family more.
I remember somebody remarking something about your wife, that she sets an example to, let's say, ladies who are getting married to young politicians. Because she's that kind of a person. Today she's talking about Raila. And tomorrow you tell her about Duke decides to work with Wajakoya. Tomorrow she goes there.
I thank God for my wife, because she's my friend, and she's been the pillar in my political life. Like, any decision I make, there's a time I had issues with one of our friends. You might be knowing her. I will not mention her name. She's a mutual friend. So we had issues. You remember when I was suspended from office?
Yes.
So when I was suspended from office, that friend of mine whom I used to speak of highly in the house never posted anything never stood with me. Now my wife picked a grudge with her. She was like, I've been thinking this is your friend. She can't stand with you. Now her turn came for my friend. Now she was going for
to be on the front line.
Yes, she was going for something, and she came to me and said, you're my friend, me have no issue, I will support you. So this day we took a photo and I posted on Facebook. I had issues with my wife. She asked me this question, I create an enmity with your friends, and then you go and become their friend. Now what do I look like? So she's one very good soldier, and I thank God for her.
She's a personal person.
She's my personal person. So bro, life after that, I went back to, you know, my normal life. Went back to hustling. I'm still hustling, you know me. Me, I don't sleep, bro, because I know that in life, if you're used to wearing a tie, you know, to your office, opportunities come and end, right? Today you get appointed, you become a minister, you become a PS, you become whatever. A great mind or visionary person thinks about the future. So if you're used to wearing a necktie to your office, create something somewhere, or you know, for you, so that when this opportunity goes, you can still put on your necktie and go somewhere to that place. Because the moment you lose everything, my brother, you lose that job, you have nowhere to go to, you get depressed.
I saw a comment somewhere that you wouldn't want to be William Ruto at this particular moment in time. And this was informed by, there was reports that I think is it Public Service Commission has forwarded 250 names to him so that he can select 50 from the 250. Qualified, tried and tested members of the public. So what, one word for William, what can you tell him?
I watched something yesterday quite interesting. There's this guy called Giddy over, I think, Jambo. Yes. So Giddy, he had boarded an Uber car, and he asked the Uber driver, in this current economic state, what can you tell William Ruto? And the guy said, William Ruto ni wakuambiwa. William Ruto don't even need to tell him. He already knows, all right? And he knows who fits where, all right? He knows ni nani wa mdomo, ni nani wa kutenda,
nani wa saizi na nani wa baadaye.
Exactly. I think William Ruto has handled more difficult situations than this one that we're talking about. I'm pretty sure, because when it comes to regional balancing, that man has everything in mind. When it comes to loyalty, which every leader needs, because to deliver, you need people
who believe in
your dream. So there's no way you're not going to pick anybody because you want to do regional balancing or you want to do whatever, and again people are coming to stress you in government. So when it comes to loyalty test, I know he knows who is loyal, who can be able to, you know, live up to his dream, right? When it comes, I mean, William is a doctor. When it comes to expertise, the experience, he knows who has this experience, who can be able to do this and that and that. The only thing I can tell you, wait and see. You will definitely get a property.
From what I'm picking from you is this, that you have confidence that he will do the right thing.
100%. 100%.
Thank you.
100%.
Now, Mheshimiwa, what are your future plans? Immediate future, intermediate, and the long term?
Okay. Of course, I've done quite 1 or 2, 3, you know, applications in the national government that I'm praying that God willing they go through. I'm building this empire called E-Generation, whereby I want to, you know, expand it. I'm actually now recruiting guys who understand, you know, on matters, you know, media, on matters branding, you know, both corporate, individual, and the rest. Because I just did my feasibility study and realized that Kisii town and its environs is quickly becoming, you know, much of a modernized or rather cosmopolitan. We have Hindus, we have Somalis, we have name them.
The other tribes.
Yeah, living within this, you know, locality.
Even Jungus.
Now, with that in mind, I realized that we are kind of being unfair. We have too many local radio stations, you know, broadcasting in Ekigusi from morning to evening, right? And we have, you know, businessmen who are here, one and kisses. People want to know what is happening, what is happening around, what is going on. We are being unfair, and I think that is not what media is. You know, media should be fair to everybody. So I'm looking forward, you know, to partnering with friends to establish, you know, a modern radio station, and God willing, a modern TV station in the next, let's say, you know, 5-6 months. Now that is my individual side.
That's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope you learned from Waziri naweza mwita waziri, mwanamuziki, mwanahabari, mwanabiashara, but I really hope that you have learned, you have picked 1 or 2 things which you're going to apply in your daily lives. Till next time, ciao.